Westland police have released a video of a confrontation that led to the firing of an officer and an investigation by the prosecutor's office.
Officers were trying to arrest an autistic man suspected in an armed robbery. Grant Herms has the video and what the police chief is saying tonight.
While the arrest and the officer's firing happened weeks ago, the investigation is still ongoing, but the Westland Police Department releasing this video today saying they want to be as transparent as possible. And a word of warning, this video is disturbing. According to Westland Police, on January 16th, officers responded to a call from an Arby's after a man implied he had a gun and stole money from the restaurant before running off. Officers eventually catching up to him at a nearby apartment complex.
I got him running right here, radio. I got him on foot.
Dash camera video showing the officer chasing the man, weapon drawn.
Get out of the corral! Get out of the corral! Get out of the corral!
When officers catch the man, body camera video captures the struggle during the arrest. One officer using a stun gun, which didn't work.
Get out of the ground!
It was then, as officers screamed profanities at the man on the ground, Officer Christopher Landis can be seen using a baton on his head, severely injuring the 23-year-old autistic man's eye. Just before, one of the officers can be heard yelling, "Don't effing hit him."
Stop resisting! Don't hit him! Now!
In later video, the 23-year-old asking for help, visibly bloody.
Don't spit! Don't you spit!
Landis, who had been on the force since 2017, was placed on administrative leave and later fired. The victim's name is not being released for their privacy. In a statement, Westland Police Chief Jess Drajusik said in part, "We are dedicated to the department's policies, training curriculum, and to maintaining our community's trust. When we learn of incidents that do not meet these standards, we will continue to take appropriate action." Landis also had a DUI on his record from 2013 where he hit a parked car. At that same time, he was a police officer in Farmington Hills. After the Westland arrest, it is still under investigation here in Wayne County. The Wayne County Courthouse, Grant Herms, Local 4.
A housing advocate, so I have been watching a lot of protests on TV and said that I would not participate, but as I heard the person with autism that had an incident with law enforcement, I really got upset and started talking to colleagues. So one thing I feel that has to change is our disability policies within this administration. Secondly, look at me. If anybody looks at me beyond, it doesn't look that I have a disability. And so that's where we're at a point to where we have to let law enforcement know that they have to work with the community. Mind the George Floyd incident, Congress has been working hard to change a lot of these police policies. And I feel that as an advocate, people have to be out here, because if nobody's going to be out there advocating on issues like this, it's sad. And I think that for anybody to have to deal with a beating because not being misunderstood, it wasn't to where they got at the police department after the person was talking about his blanket and his teddy bear, they realized that he had a disability. So other trainings allow law enforcement to understand and pinpoint that before they put the handcuffs on them. And like, I am very involved in advocacy. Like, I just had to turn down a Zoom call to talk about law enforcement issues with people with disabilities because I've been so passionate, and I think that we as black people understand that there are people in office, but there are also policies that we have to advocate and change. The former mayor of this city, Mayor Ciccarelli, created a disability ordinance in her administration. The prior administration, I'm going to say that because I'm professional and I'm nice, the current administration has not updated that disability ordinance to where the past 4 years it has been represented 100% by a Caucasian race. If you look at everyone who gets services in this city, from CLS to the Guidance Center all the way back down to NSO, there are many people of populations who are not represented by one race. That's why I get frustrated, but as an advocate, I've learned when you work, things get done. So I wanted to come here and I wanted to actually let the person know with the disability and the family know that I feel apologize, I feel your pain. But as an advocate, this is what I'm gonna do. So I want to say thank y'all for letting me come out here to speak, and I hope that we can keep this fight on.